There is something magnetic about a man who has lived, who has tasted life, who carries both wisdom and desire in the same breath. Younger men chase attention, but older men carry an energy that feels grounded, calm, and irresistibly certain. Women don't go the power of calm. Masculine presence crazy for age. They go crazy for the qualities age often brings. And when an older man embodies these four things, something deep inside a woman wakes up. Something primal, emotional, and completely undeniable. The first is emotional presence. Women crave a man who is here, not distracted, not scattered, not chasing validation. An older man, when he has matured into himself, gives a woman something she rarely receives in today's world: undivided attention. His eyes don't. How emotional maturity creates attraction wander. His mind doesn't drift. He listens not to fix, not to control, but to understand. And in that moment, she feels something powerful. She feels chosen. A woman goes crazy for the man, whose presence calms her nervous system and awakens her feminine softness at the same time. The second is certainty, not aggression, not ego. Certainty. A man who knows what he feels. A man who knows what he wants. A man who knows who he is. Women crave the emotional stability, the art of confident communication of a man who no longer plays games, who doesn't need to impress, who doesn't crumble under pressure. His confidence isn't loud, it's quiet, steady, lived in. And that quiet confidence is intoxicating because a woman doesn't fall for a man's muscles or his money. She falls for the way he makes her feel safe in her emotions, safe in her desires, safe enough to be vulnerable and wild at the same time. The third is boundaries. A younger man often says yes to everything because he fears losing her. An older man says yes with intention and no with integrity. And that no is one of the sexiest things a woman can hear. Boundaries are masculine energy in its purest form. They communicate self-respect, emotional discipline, and personal value. A woman goes crazy for the man who refuses to shrink himself to please her. Because if he can hold himself, he can hold her. His boundaries tell her, I know who I am, and I choose you, not from need, but from desire. That is rare. That is powerful. That is magnetic. The fourth is a deep, slow, burning sensuality. Why women feel safe and stimulated with older men. Older men understand that seduction is not a performance. It's not about speed, force, or showing off. It's about intention. It's about rhythm. It's about the unspoken energy between two people. A woman goes crazy for the man who creates anticipation instead of rushing intimacy, who uses silence like a language, who turns eye contact into tension, who lets his presence speak louder than his words. The older man knows that desire grows in the spaces between moments, not in the race toward final insight. Attraction begins with emotional stability then. When a woman meets a man like that, something inside her melts. She feels safe but excited, calm but drawn in. She feels that rare mixture of stability and intrigue, and she begins to crave him, not for what he does, but for who he becomes when he is with her. Because in the end, women don't go crazy for older men. They go crazy for men who know themselves deeply, who move with intention, who love with emotional intelligence, who lead with confidence, and who carry a sensuality that cannot be faked.